Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. So I have an eye tutorial for you today. I thought I'd make it a little bit shorter than my other videos, so let me know if you prefer shorter and just eye tutorials and then just like a foundation routine. Just let me know. But today we are doing a summer eye look. I thought as the weather is getting a little bit nicer, we do something inspired by summer, and also you guys always want to see tutorials with the Jaclyn 2 palette. So I created this eye look using this palette, so hopefully you like it. Let me know what other palettes you want me to use. But yeah, if you do want to see how I got this look right here, then just keep on watching. So as you can see, I've already got my brows on and I've also put some concealer on my eyelids and set it with a powder to save time. So we're going to get straight on to the eye look. So the first shade that we're going to go in with is the shade Perfectionist, and we're going to pop that through the crease using a MAC 224 brush, so a reasonably sized blending brush, just to get the colour on there. This colour is such a nice everyday peachy colour because it's not too bright but still gives you a really nice hint of warmth, so it's a nice change to something a little bit more orange. So you want to pop that from inner to outer corner. Then once you've kind of got the colour on the crease, you just want to blend upwards slightly just to diffuse the edges. So I repeat that step a couple times to build up the intensity. Build up the intensity. You can see by layering the colour, it just makes it a little bit more pigmented. The eyeshadows will always last longer when you really sandwich them in and layer them. So we're going to make that a little bit more peachy by adding the shade Positivity, which is a true peachy coral. And we're basically just going to pop that in the exact same area. I didn't want to put this one on its own because I didn't want it to be too peach. Just running that all the way over the top, and you can see how it's just made it a little bit brighter. So again, just build up the colour a couple times, kind of apply it, blend it, and then apply it again, and then blend it again. And that way you'll always have the kind of smoothest blend when you do it that way. So I'm just going to switch up my brush to a Spectrum B11. You can see it is slightly smaller, so it will make my blending a little bit more precise. So just to give it a little bit more depth, I'm going to go in with the shade Homeboy. So this one is more of a kind of rich brown, just to ensure that the whole look isn't too kind of peachy or red, because I do want to go in with a red lip. So this will kind of tone down that peachiness, but then because you're using a smaller brush, you're keeping it a little bit more in the crease, so that way that peachy colour will kind of just peek through around the edges. So once you've kind of got it on there, you might have a bit of a harsh line. So if that happens, just go back in with the brush from before and just diffuse those edges. So I'm not going to do a cut crease, but I do want the lid colour to stand out. So I'm going to use the P. Louise base in Room 3, and I'm going to take that on a flat smudger brush, so it's not completely flat, so it won't give like a harsh line. This is a Spectrum A28 brush, and you just want to apply it to the lid first, and then kind of, once you've got the product down, just work upwards. You don't have to do this, but this will give your shimmers something to stick to, because sometimes when you put them on top of matte eyeshadow or just an eyelid that has been kind of set down with powder, it doesn't really have, you know, nothing to stick to, so then it's not as shimmery as it could be. And then once you kind of get to the actual crease and the edge, you can literally just keep on dabbing up and down to diffuse that edge. And you could literally just use concealer if you wanted, and this would have the same sort of effect. This is also a great trick at kind of making your eyelid appear larger. So if you've got hooded eyes, you could literally just kind of carve out your own crease by going slightly higher. So that has just created a nice blank canvas for the lid colour. So I just wiped off the base off of that brush so I could reuse it again. So for the lid colour, we're going to mix 2 shades. So I'm going to take the shade Bougie and mix it with Flawed and Awed, because this one is really nice and coppery. It's like an amber gold, but it's just a bit too kind of like orangey on its own, whereas this one is kind of more coppery. So I kind of want to mix the two and get a new concoction. And this is one of the reasons why I did my eyes first, because I wasn't sure if these were going to drop down, because they are really shimmery, but I do find they are quite powdery when you dip in, but it's not actually dropping. Typical, when you don't actually have foundation on, they don't drop. So I'm literally doing that in the exact same motion as before, by just really pressing and working it into the lid. Guys, I'm so sorry, I always call that shade Home Boy, it's actually Home Body. I feel like I've done that in my last tutorial and someone was like, it's not Homeboy. Homeboy, okay, it's Homeboy now. I'm going in with the shade Home Body. How annoying that I've done that. And I'm just redefining above that shade. So I'm just going to dip back into the Home Body, the Home Body shade with a flat 212 brush by MAC. So I also put that P. Louise base underneath my eye to help grab the eyeshadows, and it will make them last longer. And I'm basically just pressing that shade right into the lashes, and you kind of want to wiggle it to really get into the root of the lash. Then again, we're going to go back into the shade Positivity and a Spectrum B11 brush. I'm going to run that under the lower lashes to soften that edge, and also to make it super smoky. Well, not necessarily smoky, just really diffused. The reason why I'm using a fluffy brush, because it will make it really blown out. So that way you've got the peach running all the way around the eye. And you may have to touch up that Home Body colour in case you've lost any of the intensity. But I just whack it on there, you don't have to be neat. And then again, repeat that step and just soften the edge. So I have just curled my lashes, and I'm going to use the Maybelline Sky High mascara. On TikTok you would have known that this mascara kind of went viral, and this is my first time using it, so I'm interested to see, because my lashes are pretty much non-existent. So I'm just going to quickly give it a go. I thought I might as well show you. One thing that I do like about this mascara, like first impression, I love the wand. I love wands that are kind of like plasticky combs. I mean, my lashes are pretty short anyway. They do have a curl on them. I have curled them as well, because a lot of people on TikTok who were using this mascara, they had naturally really long lashes, so I was kind of like, well, obviously any mascara is going to look good on you. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, it's nothing special. Yeah, I just feel like my lashes are pretty non-existent, so it's quite hard for them to actually look good, you know. So for lashes today, I'm going to use My Lash London. So these are a local lash company from London. So she specialises in lash extensions, but she also sells strip lashes as well. And honestly, I am obsessed with so many of her styles. I was really into her kind of style of lash extensions anyway, because I don't know, I just feel like they are different and kind of, they're like top notch, like compared to like some lash techs. I just feel like hers are like next level. So when I saw that she had strip lashes, I had to check them out. So these ones are called Baby Girl, so they're not too long. Some of the other ones that I got are a little bit more kind of night out for me. So I just applied those lashes, and honestly, they are the most natural lashes I've ever used, but in a good way. Like, you can still see them because they're really like wispy, but they feel so light. I can't even feel them on. And because my eyes are quite small and my natural lashes are really short, I feel like they're kind of like my lashes, but just a bit more glam. And also I can wear them in the day and I don't feel like too much, because I'm gonna go out after this, have a takeaway pint, because the pubs are still closed in Wales. So yeah, like I said, I don't feel like too over the top. And then I also use the P. Louise blank canvas in my waterline to make that a bit brighter. Okay, so I've just done my base. So I did film it for Instagram, so I'll link my Instagram down below if you are interested, but I'll also link all the products in the description box as well. For my highlight underneath my brow bone, I'm going to use Ofra highlighter. This is Rodeo Drive. I've done this before, but I kind of forgot. I'm just going to pop a little bit on my brow bone. So for lips today, I'm going to go in with the liquid lipstick by Jaclyn Cosmetics. This one is in the shade Empowered. I think I used this in my last one, but mixed with Absolutely. I'm going to pop this on its own. And it is quite light on its own, so I'm going to mix it with the Hover lipstick. I'm going to mix it with the Hover lip liner by MAC. And I do this before the liquid lipstick has set completely. And I know I said I was going to do a red lip, but I feel like the eyes came out a bit more kind of intense. So I feel like a nude would be better anyway. And of course I'm going to go in with my favourite gloss at the moment, which is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, and this is in the shade Sweet Mouth. So that is my finished summer look. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I post other tutorials as well. I hope you learned something, and of course let me know what you want to see next. That is everything from me. Thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me in my next one. Bye!